Welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. My name is Diane and I'm so glad you stopped by. Hi guys, welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ideas for 3 cards. I'm going to show you how I've got them laid out so far, show you what I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to go ahead off camera, cut everything out, get it ready, and then we'll come back and put them all together. This video will be airing on Monday, and I think that might be the last of my fall cards officially, because everybody's moving to Christmas so quickly. So I wanted to share these with you. It's kind of like a haul as well, because I purchased these from the Not Too Shabby Shop along with the paper. And I wanted to share them and then give you an idea how I'm going to work with them, and for these cards anyway. And so let's get started. The first one is this little sweet stamp set called Pretty Pumpkins. I absolutely fell in love with these pumpkins with the flowers on them. They are so beautiful. I absolutely love them. So I had to grab them. It was one of the first things I put in my cart. They're just so pretty. I didn't get the dies for them. I might go back and get them. And this is the layout that I chose. I did a little masking. So I have my one pumpkin with the flower on top, and the other pumpkin is going to be with the flower on the bottom. And I'm going to pair it with this gorgeous piece of paper from the Delicate Pumpkins. I've already showed you guys a card on the Delicate Pumpkins over on Instagram. I love this paper. So I purchased this paper as well because it's just beautiful. I love the pastel colors for fall this year, and this paper is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to be taking a piece out of that, which is this one, and that is going to be pretty much card number 1. Okay, we still got to put it together. So the second stamp set that I grabbed, this is from their fall release. Okay, this is the second stamp set I purchased, and this is Fall Days. And I fell in love with the bunny and the bear. Well, the hedgehog too, but the bunny and the bear. The bunny with his little wrap around his neck, and he's sitting on a pumpkin. It's just gorgeous. And the little bear with the umbrella, the 3 little pumpkins, and the fox. It's just all so cute. So it has a lot of cute little details. It's got some leaves, it's got a cute little mushroom, and it has an acorn and some greenery. So I'm going to be using the bear, this leaf, the acorn, and this. And I'm making a little scene, a little fun scene. And did I tell you this one's called Fall Days? It's just so darn cute. I'm going to be doing something with this too. I have to. I know fall is officially over for us card makers, but it's not for me. It's adorable, right? So you guys know I got sick. My husband got sick. He's still not better, but I'm doing much better. So I'm running a little bit behind in making cards. Not for the design team, but for myself. It's like I bought all of the Lawn Fawn release, and I haven't shown it to you, nor have I used it. It's just I haven't had time. So this is another one of those things. I bought these and wanted to use them, and I just haven't used it yet, so I'm going to do it today. All right, so here's my sketch for this. It's not my sketch. I've already stamped it out. So my little bear has got his umbrella up. He's got his eyes squinted closed in happiness because all the fall leaves are falling down around him. He's got a little acorn to one side. He's got his warm fuzzy scarf on, and he's got a little mushroom to one side. So we'll be coloring that in and making a little fall scene. I'm going to pair it with a nice orangey rust paper pad on the back that has some white. That'll bring in some of the white. I'm going to be trimming these out a little bit, and that is from this paper pad called Autumn Plaids that I also purchased. And I do love a plaid. I really do. And this has got some great, your typical autumn colors. So that'll be fun to use. So I'm picking the darkest one, and that's the one I'm going to use. And then my third and final card that we're going to be doing is using this stamp set, and this is called Cute Fall Fox. And I really just fell in love with this card for 3 things. Really, three things. I love fall, hello pumpkin, and this fox behind the pumpkin. I think it is just, all three of them are gorgeous, but this little one and those sentiments got me, so I stuck that in my cart as well. Cute fall foxes. And for that one, I'm going to do just a simple scene with the hello pumpkin. I'm going to color my fox. I might put a little blue background behind it. I'm not sure yet. And I'm going to be using the pumpkin patch stencil, background stencil, for this, which I made this earlier in the month. I'm just going to be using it. We're going to be cutting out a panel out of that, and then we're going to be backing it on this, right? So that is going to be card number 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a minute while I gather a few more things we're going to need, and I figure out how I'm going to cut each one of my things out, and I'll grab some Copics and we'll be right back to get started. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I wanted to show you the projects that I made and what I used. I actually spent some time without the video rolling and just created, and I created all 3 projects in one day, and I just had the best time. I put on some music and I created, and like I said, I created all day long, which is something I haven't had a chance to do in forever, it seems, in forever. Update on myself, like I said, I'm doing much better. I still have a cough left over from COVID. This was a very interesting, I'm going to do a whole video on this COVID thing, but I think that it was worse because of the things that were going on at the same time. My husband is still not back to work. He is still not well. We still don't have everything figured out yet. You know, I guess some of it is just we're getting older, and I don't know, but the short version is he's having heart issues, and you know that is extremely scary. And on top of those heart issues, he also has a massive kidney stone that they're going to sonic wave get out of there or something this Wednesday. Oddly enough, that's not bothering him at all, but they found it with all the scans, so they're going to go ahead and take care of that this Wednesday as well. So no idea when he's going to be going back to work. No idea when we're going to get the final words. All these tests won't be finished up until November. So he's home. And I don't get a lot of time to myself between him being home and sick and the grandkids, right? So I just kind of tuned out, turned on my music on my speaker, on my Bose speaker, and I had a Crafty session. So I hope you guys understand. So I'm going to show you everything I used, though, and I'm going to show you the final cards. PSA for all of my viewers here, everything that I am showing you today, I have purchased myself. None of this stuff was sent to me. I purchased all the stuff from the Not Too Shabby Shop, and as I said, that is my go-to place for purchasing items. The dies and stuff I've had for years and purchased them from various different places. It's so hard to say, right? But what I'm trying to say is this is not a sponsored video whatsoever. This is a me playing with the stuff that I wanted to purchase and play with. All right, so let me make sure we're all where we're supposed to be. And where I'm going to show you the stamp set and kind of walk you through what I used for it. So for the first stamp set, if you remember, I told you I wanted to start off with this cute little bear. I wanted to use the leaf, and I thought about using these too. Now my first draft for this didn't go so great. I didn't like it. And there it is. I wanted to have a background and a little ground, and to be honest, I believe all of that started taking away from what my envision was, which was he had his umbrella because all the leaves were falling on his head. That was my vision, and I believe this kind of took it away, right? So here is what I came up with. Here's the final card. She's pretty, right? Love it. So originally I was going to use one of the orange colors, if you remember, from this autumn. Let's see, was it the autumn? Gotta look at the papers. Yeah, it was. I was going to use this darker color paper. That was my original plan. As I started getting going with this, I thought it would be fantastic to throw in a green. So I picked this color, and then I coordinated his little scarf with those colors. And I did 2 different color greens because of the dark and the light. And I added just a few polka dots, really just for interest. In retrospect, I think I would have rather have done some stripes, but I'm okay with it. It turned out pretty. I did the bear in some browns, and of course did a little stickling with a couple of the different markers to give that little bear some texture, and I think this turned out gorgeous. Now, I toyed with making my umbrella just in greens, but girl, you know I had to do it. So I know I'm going to get questions about the coloring, about what colors I chose for this card. So all of these fall colors that you're seeing are all right here. I'm hoping it'll focus because I think that looks good, right? So R15, R16, YR27, I kind of use those in a combo. And then my reds were 14, 17, 29, and 89. And I did the 89 mostly on the top of the umbrella and on the very tips of some of the reds. And those are the colors that I used for this entire card: the umbrella, the leaves, and the little stick on the umbrella. All right. Now for this, for the little thing, of course I cut this out with a Lawn Fawn stitch die. And I'll show that to you. This is one of my well-used die sets. I think I use it for everything. On this, you can't really see the stitch, so you could get away with just cutting it on, your trimmer if you wanted to. But I did cut this out, and I always have white showing. In a couple of these cards, I don't believe I did, and that's okay. It's not my norm, but it's okay. So I used the Lawn Fawn for this trim, to trim this one down. And then I went with a set that I use a lot, and unfortunately, unless you're purchasing from the UK, I don't believe you can find it anymore. And that is the Tonic Studio Die Layering Basics Oval Edge. And I've got a few of these sets, and I love them. They're my go-to. I couldn't be happier with this purchase. So I use that for this. Super cute, right? And I added a little bit of gray to give him just a little bit of standing on. And then I originally did this in white. And I was going to throw a couple of fall colored leaves on it. So I did it like this, embossed it, and I just thought, no. And this is an old My Favorite Things banner die. I don't think they have that anymore either. And instead I went ahead and did it in orange and did it in white. I'll save this for another card, of course. And that completed this card. I used some of the dot enamels from the Not Too Shabby Shop. That's a free with any purchase. So, and I thought that just tied it in, and that was card number 1. I'll do a close-up at the end, all right? So that was this one that I showed you. So that's what I ended up with for the final. Let's see. The second card I did was the fox, and that was this one right here. I used the Hello Pumpkin. If you remember, I did the fox and the Hello Pumpkin right underneath it. It's such a cute set. Now, if you like foxes at all and pumpkins, this is such a cute set. It's got everything you need. It's got some leaves. It's got the acorn. It's just so cute. You will hear grandchildren in the background because they spent the night with Grandma. They spent the night with Grandma last night, and we stayed up and partied until 1 o'clock in the morning because that's what grandmas do. All right, so if you remember, I was going to use my stencil that I did the beginning of last month, I believe. This is also from the Not Too Shabby Shop. I did purchase that as well, and I decided to cut it out and make it smaller, and that I used the Lawn Fawn stitch dies for that. And then for this, I used the nested arches, and that's from scrapbook.com. I bought these because they were the best prices. I'm not going to spend $30 on arches when you can get them for a lot less. This one did not match this one. I wanted it to have a finer line, so I did what I believe any of us would do. I set this one on top and I trimmed it with my scissors myself. And any place that it wasn't looking rounded and nice, I just took one of my old Dollar Tree sand blocks for fingernails and I just went around and made it smooth, and it looks fantastic. Fantastic. Now the oranges that I used for this are the same oranges that I used in the fall leaves. Exactly the same. I used the orange that I showed you. Where did I throw all those markers? Good gravy. Oh, here we go. I didn't use the reds, but I used these 3 colors right here for my pumpkin. Looks super nice, right? My fox is a little bit different. I used some red browns from Copics. I gave him little cheeks because I had to, and I gave him white freckles instead of black freckles. I went back and forth on that. I got to be honest. I just didn't know. And then for this little back paper, I wanted it to be the same color as this paper. And I got very lucky when I was looking for a pattern paper, because when I purchased some of the fall paper, I had purchased this one and it's right there. So it matched this color that I wanted perfectly. And I think it offset the oranges and the whites lovely. And this is a pretty pad too. And I'd forgotten I had it. I like this right here. I'm going to do something. I had an idea for that yesterday. That's pretty. That's kind of pretty. I'm trying to find that piece of paper. I know there's more than one in here. Really? Really? Well, there's the orange version of it. There it is. Right, and it just kind of matched that color. I mean, spot on. So that was lucky. So what did I do here other than that? I used my crocodile, what is this called? This thing that I hardly ever use. I punched a hole in it. I put it through and tied a bow because I wanted it to have a little feminine look to it, and I think it turned out super cute. Super cute. So that was card number 2 using this. Did I use anything else on this? Nope, I don't think so. I didn't use, oh yes I did. I used the Nuvo black drops. Now I've had this for years and years, and I don't think I've used it but one time. So I drug it out. I had to unclog it, and I did his little nose and his eyes. Can you see that little shine maybe? I did his nose and his eyes. Now, before I give the card out, I'll probably go over his eyebrows with a thin liner just to outline it a little bit more, but it turned out super cute. The other thing I did for this card, and I'm not sure that made any difference at all, but I popped up his tail a little bit. I just thought it would make it look a little fluffy. I don't know if it worked or not, but super cute, right? And I loved incorporating these pumpkins. So that was the card for this one, and that was card number 2. Okay. Let's see. Now, for this card, I chose to use the 2 pumpkins with the flowers and no sentiment. No sentiment yet. Don't know if I'm going to put anything on the card or just on the inside of the card. Again, this could very well be one of those cards that I hoard because I do that. I know. I know. That is the truth. Okay, I can't find the card, so give me a second. Give me a second. All right, here's the card. Here's the paper. So, of course, I told you I was going to be using this paper. I did choose to use the pink version, which is right here. I think I've got another one in here. There's the pink one. And like I said, I saved my little piece. I don't throw away any of the paper. I save it all, and then I put it all in a baggie, and I store it in there in the file with the not too shabby paper. So this one's called Delicate Pumpkins. I am so into the pinks. I can't even tell you. I am so into the pumpkins being pink, all of that. I did another one using this paper with this paper right here. And I found it yesterday, but I don't know where it is today. So pretty. And this is such a beautiful stamp set. So I kind of already knew I was going to be mixing the pink and blue. My pumpkins were going to be pink and blue. So I did that. So here's the card. I tied a little pink ribbon and put a little sparkle right there on that, and that's the only embellishments, except for a tiny little bit of glitter on the greenery. That's it, if you can see that. Okay, so for this I used a regular circle die right here. I own 2 of them. I've got the Infinity nested dies. I bought those as a backup because I had lost one of these, and it turned out I didn't lose it. My husband used it, actually, true story. My husband used it when we were doing the remodel to make a circle for the recessed lighting on the wall with a pencil, and I never got it back. True story. So, you know, these things are they can be used for anything, right? So I bought this one as a backup, but I've never had to use it. So I'm still using this set. It's got every size you could humanly need, and I find that I can get it to match up with anything else. So I wanted to put the scallop on the back of it, and I ended up using the Gina Marie Design scalloped circles. I have all of the scallops in her line. Great price point. You guys know I love it. I love her as well. And I use this one for my little background. Now, I almost made a mistake here because when I was cutting my paper, in my mind, this was going to be this way, right? But I didn't like the way the pumpkins on the side, you know, there's only a few pumpkins going this way, so I real quick caught it. Thank goodness I caught it, because I don't want to waste this paper. I don't want to waste it at all. So I love it. So I did. So that's what I used for that. I tied a tiny little pink ribbon here. Oh yeah, and on this one, on this ribbon, on this one, I of course don't have this color orange. The only color ribbon I have is white, and I have it in all different sizes, and I use whatever colors I'm using, and I color it with my Copics, and that is what I use. I do not store different color ribbon anymore in my craft room. I've got 4 sizes of white, and I figure it out from there. All right, so same with the pink. I used the baby pink. I believe it was R00, and then maybe an RV91. I don't know. I used 2 pinks, one real light. It was too light, and then I went one above that. For the pumpkins, I tried to match the colors in here, but wanted them to stand out more. So I just flipped the flowers. I got the blue and the pink and the pink and the blue on the pumpkins. It matches the paper, and it is so pretty. So pretty. So when I was showing this one, I just threw some of these little rhinestones around for the final picture, and that turned out super sweet. And when I was showing this one, I used the stamp set and the paper pad as the background. It's just something I do sometimes, mostly when it's a design team project, and this was not, but I used it anyway. And then for this one, I pulled in some of my fall stuff that I keep here, you know, and I just kind of arranged it like that for the final photograph, right? So you can do almost anything when you're taking your photographs. The idea is you want to have it, you want to have something, you want to bring your interest in, and they say to you want to, you know, like use your markers, or use something that shows, use your ink dauber, you know, or your inks or something to show that. But I think you can use foliage or coffee beans, or, you know, all kinds of different things. So I keep an arrangement here. Sometimes I like it very simple, like this was already busy and I questioned this. I really questioned it with this because that was a lot going on with this card. So just think about what you already have in your arrangements if you do that with fake flowers or fake pumpkins. Like I normally have these in a glass vase. They stack up in a glass vase, and it's very elegant on, you know, on my table for decorating. They silver, gold, and this pumpkin color, having 2 of them on either side with a little Volvo candle on top. It's really pretty. So you can, and that, I think that's from the Dollar Tree if I'm not mistaken. So you can find this stuff to decorate your cards almost anywhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are the 3 cards that I made, and I'm going to show you the final pictures, of course, at the end. And as I said, this is a non-sponsored video. This is just a video out of love. And I enjoyed every single second that I worked on these cards, and I think they turned out so pretty and so much in my style, even, if you will. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great Monday. Bye. Well, did you make it to the very end? If you did, tell me which was your favorite stamp set in the comments below for a chance to win that stamp set. Bye.